Okay, good afternoon, everyone. So, how are you all?
Good
Afternoon, sir.
afternoon, sir.
Fine, sir.
Good afternoon, sir.
Okay, so so in the last class, we were solving exercise 5.3. Okay, so this question was, yeah, 5.3.4. So part A was, let me write again, 5.3.4. Part A was to prove that the chromatic polynomial for Cn. Okay, so cycle with n vertices is equal to k minus 1 raised to power n plus minus 1 raised to power n into k minus 1. So this formula we can use to find the chromatic polynomial of any cyclic graph. Okay. So like we already had the formula for C3. C3 is same as K3. So for the C3 or for the K3, we already have the formula. It was K into K minus 1, K minus 2, or chromatic polynomial for C4 we also derived using that explicit expression for chromatic polynomial. So we had identity for this one also. But the following result, this part A problem, will help us to find the chromatic polynomial for C5, C6 and so on. So k square minus 3k plus 3. So this was the chromatic polynomial for C4. And now, so this we already proved. Okay, so proof I will not do again. So in the last class I did the proof, and we used induction method. Okay, so induction method had three steps. Step one, for like n will be here minimum 3, because to make a cycle and to form cyclic graph you need at least 3 vertex. So n will be 3. Then step 2, you assume for n minus 1 and proof for n minus n, proof for n. Okay, so B part we have to do. So part B of this problem, 5.3.4 is for H is a graph G join K1. So K1, it's just one vertex. Prove that. So we have to prove that number of proper coloring of H in terms of K. Okay, so number of proper coloring of H using K colors. Okay, using K colors is equal to K time the number of proper coloring of G using colors K minus 1. Okay, so this was chromatic polynomial of H in terms of K, and here this is the chromatic polynomial of G in terms of K minus 1. Okay, so just we need to apply the counting principles. So let us think about this graph. Okay, and then this question also has one more part, like also they want you to find chromatic polynomial for C4 join K1, or they are giving you in particular. So this is the general result. Okay, this is the general result, and we have given particular result. Like if you consider H as C4 join K1, so G is replaced by C4. Okay, so G is replaced by C4. So then they want you to find the chromatic polynomial for this H. Okay, in terms of K. Okay, so actually for C4, if I, or let me not C4, it's a general Cn. Okay, so cyclic graph with n vertices, make it Cn. So this will be actually wheel, because you have a K1, already. K1 is just one vertex, so we can take it at center. And the Cn is a cyclic graph with n vertices. So we can take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, like this. Okay. So if you join this to, because the condition for join, so Cn join K1 means every vertex of C1 will be joined to K1. I mean one vertex this. So you will join. So you will see it. It is a like fail. Okay, and n is not fixed. So something dot dot dot. So you can make as many you want. So like this. So let's prove first the first part of this question. Then we'll come to the second part. So for H, okay, we have H as this one. G join K1. So what do you know about K1? K1 is just one vertex, okay? And assume G has n vertex, okay? So G has n vertex and K1 has just one vertex. And we are taking H as G join K1. So my question to you is, how many vertices H has? G has n vertex, K1 has one vertex, you know. So G join K1 is H. So what is the number of vertices in H?
N plus
N
1.
plus
N plus
1.
1.
Yeah, you know, correct. N plus 1 because n vertices you will take for G and one vertex for K1. You join each n vertex of G to K1. Okay. So we will have n plus 1 vertices in all. Na? Okay. So just consider K1 is just one vertex and that will be joined with the n vertices of G. So G may be anything. Okay. G is not restricted. So G can be any graph. So if I start with that K1, so we have K colors. So what is the meaning of this? This is the number of proper coloring of graph H using K colors. So I have total available K colors. So if you start with the center, this one, so this is joined with the all, okay? So there are many vertices in G, so it will be joined with all. So just see, H has n plus 1 vertices, in which one vertex is of K1. So that one vertex at the center, let's say X, can be colored in K different ways because we have total K available colors. So we can color that one vertex in K different ways. And since this vertex X will be adjacent to the all other n vertices of G, okay, this X, which is a vertex K1, is adjacent to all the other vertices, okay, of H, you say, so that all other vertices of H is vertex of G actually. So what I want, so this has k choices of colors. So rest number of colors we have k minus 1 because total colors are k, and rest colors are k minus 1, and we have rest vertices of G only, right? Because k1 is already colored in k ways. So G, so G can be colored in this way. So chromatic polynomial for G in terms of k minus 1, this is nothing but number of proper coloring of G using k minus 1 colors, and using multiplication rule of counting we can multiply that. So what I tried to convince you, so look at the formula, then you can see the intuition. So how, why this k and why this k minus 1? Okay, why this k and why this k minus 1? So this k is the number of choices for the vertex of k1, and this is the number of way of coloring G using k minus 1 colors. So this only I will write in proof. Okay, so proof we have to write these arguments only. Using multiplication rule, we are multiplying because we have to color all the vertices of H. So let me write the proof. So proof actually, so as I started, let that small x be a vertex, okay? So small x be the vertex added to G to obtain H, okay? So that x is actually due to K1. So in every proper coloring, so in every proper coloring, the color used at X, okay, so whatever color we are using at X, so the color used at X or color used on X is forbidden for what? Rest of the vertices of H. Okay, so as I said, if G has n vertex, then H will has n plus 1. So that one vertex, whatever color you take for X, that will not be taken for any other vertices of H, because X is adjacent to all other vertices. Okay, so forbidden for the rest of the rest of 1 minute. My pen is not working. So forbidden for the rest of H. The rest of, okay, rest vertices of H. Okay. So now rest vertices of H, what we are saying, actually the vertices of G. Okay. So total number of way to color X is K. Okay. So we can write each of the K way, each of the K ways to color X. Okay. So each of the K way to color X combines with each of the chi of G K minus 1 ways. So this is what this number is. This is the total number of way of proper coloring of the graph G using K minus 1 colors. Okay, total color is K. So X can be colored in K different ways. So one color you can use for X, you have K choices, and the rest number of choices you have K minus 1, except the color used at X. So that K minus 1 colored can be used to any vertex of G. So this is the number of way of coloring of G, proper coloring of G using K minus 1 colors. Okay, to properly the rest of H, to form a proper coloring of H. So what you decide, the number of proper coloring of H using K colors is K times number of proper coloring of G using K minus 1 colors. Okay, and that proves this result. Okay, now the next part of the question is, in particular, if H is Cn join K1. Okay, so Cn is the cycle of n vertices. So you can take cycle of n vertices. So and so on, है ना, many vertices. So what do you do? This is the vertex. So now you decide what is the number of way of coloring of H using K colors. What is the number of way of coloring of H using K colors? So total choices for this vertex is what? Let's use the same formula, okay?
So
So
K into
yes, K into
K
chi of,
minus 1 put the variant.
no, actually that will make the problem actually.
K into
So you use this formula, okay?
combined
Because
number of Cn K minus 1.
yeah, Cn k minus 1. So this formula, because we established this due to that, because there may be some other way of coloring, so we have to counting that will create problem, okay? So for C4 we counted, okay? This is Cn, so that will make problem. Because it has some more restrictions of these is a cycle, na? So that will create problem. So we don't have to count in that way, we have to use this formula, okay? So k time number of way of coloring of Cn using k minus 1 colors, okay? And then what is the proper coloring number of way of coloring of this Cn? So we established in last class, right? So what is the formula? K
Yes.
time, and actually this is the chromatic polynomial for Cn using k minus 1 colors, okay? So the formula we established, we
K
proved in
minus 2
last
or
class.
n.
Yes. So for Cn using k colors, it was like this. So let me write that. For Cn using k colors, so it was k minus 1 raised to power n plus minus 1 raised to power n k minus 1. Okay. So this was part A of the problem, 4.3 point. Okay, this was 5.3.4, sorry. So 5.3.4 part A was this. Okay, so that will be used here. Here I need chi of Cn using k minus 1 colors, okay? So k will be replaced by k minus 1. So it is going to be k minus 2 now, power n plus minus 1 raised to power
N
n
minus
and
2.
again k minus 2. So this is the answer, okay? So this you can write down. So this is the answer for this Cn. Yes. So look, if you have doubt, you can ask. So this was one. So part A, part B, both used for this example actually. Okay. So do you have any doubt in this chapter? So actually, we completed chapter 5, and now I will start chapter 6 from your book. Okay. So if you have any doubt, we can discuss. Otherwise, chapter 6 in the book, the topic 6.1 is actually, so it's a planar graph. So planar graph embedding and Euler's formula. Okay. So this is topic 6.1, what I'm discussing. So this is article 6.1. Okay. Okay. So do you know planar graph? Have you seen this word earlier? I mean, in the first three chapter or somewhere. Have you seen this or not?
No, sir.
Okay.
No, sir.
So see, in this chapter, what is the motivation behind this chapter? So actually, you see the India's map. Okay, so it has different states and union territories. So on India's map, you see the map of India. You want to make a map such that each state or union territory, you want to color that in such a way that the two states or union territory sharing their boundaries will have different colors. Okay, so let me make one figure like this. Suppose this is region A, this is the region B. Okay, and or name it B, like this one. So here it will be C. So this region is C, suppose, and let's make this is region D, and this region is E, suppose, like this. Okay, so we want to color this map in such a way that the two regions sharing their boundary will have different colors. Okay, so what we can do, we can convert this map into graph actually. So one region we can take as one vertex, other region we can consider as other vertex. So like here I have taken 5 regions, so we'll consider 5 vertices. Then similar way, in map if you see, so in map here I'm making graph. So in map, two regions sharing boundaries. So in graph what you make, two vertices join through an edge, or you say adjacent vertices. So AB has common boundary, AC has common boundary. Okay, BA has common boundary, BC has common boundary. Okay, then C has common boundary with D as well as E.
B and D, sir.
Okay, yeah, now B has with D, not with E. Okay, and E has, or you can say D has boundary with E. Okay, so this is a graph corresponding to this map. So in this way we can do that. So this is the motivation behind this chapter, and we'll see that. So actually what we do, actually we'll call this reason and all, so I will define it later on. Just but you can convert the right map into the graph, you know? You can take world map, different countries you can take as the vertices in the graph. Then you see two countries sharing their boundary, you will take as their, you know, age between them, and then you want to color in the map such that two countries with common boundary will receive different color. Okay, so same you can do in the graph. You can first convert into graph and then you can do that. Okay, so so here actually we had 5 reasons, so we made a graph with 5 vertices. Okay, so first I would like to define this planar graph or planar graph, you can say. So what is planar graph? See, the name itself suggests definition. Planar graph. It is related to plane, like your paper, your notebook. Okay, my computer screen. Okay, these are planes, 2D figures. You all know plane. You all know the word. Wall is a plane. Okay, so we'll draw graph on the plane. We used to draw, na, till now. So we all, planar graph will be what? A graph that can be drawn in the plane. A graph that can be drawn in the plane without crossing. So without crossing edges. Without crossing edges. Okay, so this is known as planar graph. Okay, and similarly you can so the main concept is what? A graph that can be drawn in a plane, okay, without crossing edges, is known as planar graph. Similarly you can define non-planar graph, right? It's a similar word. So graph which is not a planar graph, or you can say a graph which cannot be drawn in a plane without crossing its edges. So there is no way to draw that graph without crossing the edge. Then that will be planar graph. So a graph which is not a planar graph. Just simple definition. uh, is non-planar graph. Okay. So I will give you few example and I would ask you to tell me whether it's a planar or not. So let's start with the K3. So you all know K3. So it is planar or non-planar.
Planar.
So this is a
Planar.
planar graph. Let's come to K4. Is it a planar graph?
Non-planar.
So yes, now what I have drawn is non-planar, but it can be modified. So the question is can. So, so can means you will find the possibilities. So if you can write, so I will try to write in other way. If we can write, so equivalently, you all know. So a like let me call it A, B, C, D. These are four vertices. So A, B, okay, B, C, C, D, and A, D. I want to join AC, so let's join AC. Now we have to think of how to join B and D so that no A's cross each other. So you can do that, right? No A's cross each other. So you take from outside, no problem. You can take like this. And you know the condition, both are equivalent graph, okay? Both are the same graph. So K4 is planar graph actually. So this is not the planar representation, but we can modify our representation. Okay. So this is a planar representation of K4. Okay. So K4 is a planar. K3 was also. Let's come to K5. So K5 we usually draw in this way. And if you join this, this, and okay, so question is now you can see in this way what I have drawn is non-coplanar. But question is, can you modify? Can you write the planar representation of this graph? So you try on your notebook first and see. Tell me yes or no. Can we draw K5 in such a way that no A's cross each other? Okay, try and tell me.
Non-planar.
No, sir. No, sir. We can.
Okay, so you want to say there is no way. Yes. So this is actually non-planar because you have no way. If you have any one way, that will be planar, but you don't have any way to draw such that no edge cross each other. So see, like I'm trying. Okay, so let's join A, B, C, D. Let's call it a V. I think. So A, B, B, C, CD, this and this. Suppose I made for this. Now every vertex, so AC we can join, AD we can join. Now the aim is let's join B, BA, BC already join. Let's join BV, BD. So my aim is not to cross any vertex. Okay, not to cross any. Now main question problem comes: how will you join C and V? Do you have any way to join C and V? Because K5 it is, so each vertex is adjacent to the other. So tell me, how will you join C to V such that no vertex cross each other? Do you have any way?
No, sir.
No,
No.
sir.
So we don't have any way. Whatever way you take, if you take this way, you are crossing this edge already. If you don't go this way, okay, then you have to, so any way you come, you have to cross somewhere, right? Because they are two different, I mean, you have to cross the edge. So that's why there is no way. So I would like to say simply here again this B and D if you join, so you have to cross. Oh, B and D can be drawn in simple. B and D already joined. So, okay, so here you decide K5 is non-planet graph. Now I come to there is a example like a problem. There is a problem actually. So that problem is this is called gas, water, and electricity problem. Okay. So there are three persons who has problem with each other. Okay, and they want gas, water, electricity supply to their house. They live in a neighbor. So mostly neighbors have a problem in some way. Okay, so like the question is three sworn enemies A, B, C live in a houses of woods. Okay, or something. Let's say. So we must have to make path like see there are three persons or three houses in a row you assume. So A, B, C are three persons. Their house. This is the house location of their house. And suppose I take these three are the location of gas, water, and electricity. Okay, so station you assume the gas station, water station, and electricity is somewhere. So you have to make a path. Okay, from each station to each house. There are three houses and three stations. So how will you supply gas, water, and electricity to each house so that no vertex, no edge cross each other, no edge. Okay. So what they are trying, so we must make paths so that each has a path to each of the three utilities, means gas, water, electricity, in order to avoid confrontation. Okay. So we don't want any of the paths to cross each other. So try this. Can you solve this problem? Okay, three people are there, three utilities are there. Everyone wants all the three utilities without crossing each other's path. So can you make that? Try in your notebook and then tell me.
Sir, no, it is not possible, sir.
Okay, not
In
possible.
one house, it is not, means one source is not going, sir.
Yes, like see, I want gas connection to house A, I want water connection to house A, and then electricity connection to house A. This is the path we made. Again, B also want all the three things. So we can try, okay, चलो B के लिए दूसरा रास्ता बना देते हैं, ये एक रास्ता है गैस और वाटर कैसे लाओगे इसको, तो वाटर के लिए चलो थोड़ा सा और बाहर से ले लेते हैं, ठीक है, ये दूसरा रास्ता है. ओके, इलेक्ट्रिसिटी का रास्ता ये है. ओके, सो फॉर हाउस ए यू प्रोवाइडेड ऑल थ्री यूटिलिटीज, फॉर हाउस बी यू प्रोवाइडेड ऑल थ्री without crossing edge. Now you come to C. So for C you can provide electricity in this way. Now question is how will you provide them? Okay, C you can provide easily water.
Water also.
Okay, yes, problem is how will you provide C to the gas connection without crossing edge? So where you have to
Not possible,
decide.
sir.
So it is not possible, you have to cross somewhere, either you do this way so you are crossing many vertices edges, or if you try another way you will cross somewhat, if you do in this way you will cross here. So the question is it possible? The answer is no. Okay, so there is no way to supply all three utilities to all three houses without crossing the edge, without crossing path. So that is the problem. Okay, so answer is no. So again I'm saying this graph is nothing but the K33. Okay, and K33 is non-planar. Okay, so K33 is non-planar graph. So this I gave you three example, but we can prove this also. Like similar logic we can use to prove that. Okay, so here actually when we join vertices, like see, I was discussing about K3. So we said K3 is a planar graph. Okay, yes, that's fine, because so it has three vertex ABC, and we can draw K3 with simply because they without crossing their edges. Okay, so actually what happens when you join vertices? So every closed curve in the plane, what do they actually separate the plane into regions? Okay, so like every closed curve separate the plane. Okay, so one closed curve separate the plane into two regions. Okay, into two regions. Simply you can say one inside region and other is outside. Inside and outside. Inside and outside. So see, like in K3, one reason is this R1 and other reason is outside. So you can take any outside this triangle, you say this region R2. The R2 is any region outside this circle. Okay, so inside region, every closed curve divide the plane into or separate the plane into two regions. One is inside, other is outside. So outside is actually all space. Okay, I mean or plane actually part of the plane except this inside. Okay, so this portion also come in R2. R2 is second region. Like in K4 we were doing, you know. So in K4, if we want, so now we'll try to draw graph planar. Okay, and if not possible then non-planar, like A B C D. So we have seen like we can join AC in this way, and to make planar I will join BD this way. So question is tell me this graph K4 divides the plane into how many regions? So region, okay, how many
Two
regions?
regions.
Yes. How many?
The two.
Only two. Why?
Yes, sir.
Every close curve makes one region. Like this is region one. So are you looking this portion? This is region one. This triangle. So this is region one. This is region two. Okay. So in this way, if I count, how many regions will be total?
So four.
Four. Yes. This is R3. So this is R3, and outside this R1, R2, R3, except this R1, R2, R3, all regions are R4. So R4 you can take anywhere and outside this region. So the plane actually divided into four regions actually. Okay. So we divided plane into four regions. So R1, R2, R3, R4. Okay. So in drawing graph, you will notice that each closed curve. There are many closed curve here. Now 1, 2, 3. Okay. So according to that, you will see many regions. So there are four regions here. Okay, so I will come to the one proposition. What we all that actually I already discussed with you. So we'll try to prove it formally. So proposition. So this result is actually we together decided that K5 and K33. K33 was this three houses and three utilities. So K5 and K33 are non-planar graphs. We have to prove that. So means we have to prove that there is no way to draw K5 or K33 such that without crossing the edges. There is no way. So just you have to justify in your language. Okay. So what we were doing is we have to write that. So let's start with K5. Okay, K5 only. So proof. Okay. So this we have to write. Okay. So let's start with the three vertex. So like we have actually five, but start with three. So but I will take any three. So I can simply join them without crossing their edge, right? Let me call it V1, V2, V3. Okay. So these three you see, these are actually three vertex, any three vertex of K5. So we have to, so we can we can write like we start with construction of K5 with three vertices. Okay, start with three vertices, then we'll add more vertices. Okay, so we start with construction of K5 with three vertices, and that vertices are V1, V2, V3. So we can draw them without crossing their edge. Okay, so you can write without edge crossing. So we take any three vertex and then we can draw without crossing edge. And now since V1, V2, V3, okay, so they are adjacent to each other. So this divide the plane into how many parts? How many regions actually?
Two regions.
Two regions. Okay. So since V1, V2, V3 forms closed, okay, this is a closed graph, are adjacent to each other. So V1, V2, V3 are adjacent to each other. And we have the plane divided into two regions, right? Divided into two regions. Call it R1 and R2. So here, suppose R1 and R2. Okay, R1 is this, R2 is this. So we have taken only three vertex. So somewhere V4 and V5 will also lie. Okay. So V4 means fourth vertex, V5 means fifth vertex. So somewhere it will lie. So now it's your choice where you want, because you are constructing. So you are trying to draw simpler planar graph. So you can take V4 either in R1 or in R2 anywhere. Okay. So you can take fourth vertex either in region R1 or in region R2. So where do you want to consider? This will make two cases. Huh? So actually you have now you have five vertices. So you have to decide where you want to take. So now if we consider, V4, fourth vertex. Okay. So V4 may lie in, you have two choices. You have may lie in R1 region or R2 region. Okay. So where do you want to start with? I mean, I should continue the proof with which region? So where should I take? In R1 or R2? You tell me.
R1.
Okay, so let's take in R1. Okay, so now consider. So for there is a word without loss of generality. Okay, so there will not be any problem in R1 R2. The proof going same way. You take in R1 or you get R2. Similar way you will write the proof. So for the one you write, and other follows similarly. So let's we take V4 in R1. So fourth vertex I take in R1. Okay, like you can write proof is similar when V4 is in R2. So similarly you can write the proof, no problem. So we started with V4 in R1. You know, fourth vertex we take in R1. Now so you take here, see. So we are taking, so let me draw it again. So already have three vertex. Okay, V1, V2, V3. And we are selecting V4 here in R1, and since we are drawing K5 complete graph, so each vertex is adjacent to the other. So V1, V2, V3 all will be adjacent to V4. So V4. Now count the number of regions. So how many regions are now? So you can rename the regions, like it was R1, so you can take it R11.
4.
So you can make R12, R13. So R1 is first part of R1 region, second part of R1 region, and third part of R1, like this. So you can make R13 region, and outside region is R2 only. Okay. Now you have four regions. Okay, and you have to add the fifth vertex also. So now we have taken V is in R1, V4 is in R1, and since V4 is adjacent to V1, V2, V3, so it divide plane into four parts, four regions. Plane into four regions. The region is R11, R12, and you can write R11, R12, R13, and R2. If you have taken V4 in R2, then no problem. You will have R1, R21, R22, R23. Again, you will see four parts. Okay, now you have to fix fifth vertex. So where you want to take? You have four regions now. You can take in any. You can take anywhere. Now last vertex V5. Okay. So we have to place anywhere. No, so it's our choice. I can place in R11, R12, R13, or R2. So V5 is to be placed in any one of the region. Now any one of the four regions, you can write any one of the four regions. Yeah, and you also know wherever you will place v5 will be adjacent to v1, v2, v3, v4, है ना? And you can say furthermore v5 is adjacent to v1, v2, v3 and v4. Okay, so let me show you. So like so v1, v2, v3, v4, you take v5 in r11. Okay, so now you join. Okay, so see, v1 join to r v5, v2 join to v5, v4 join to v5. A problem is how will you join this v5 to this v3? So v1, v2, v3, v4, and this is a v5. So v5 you join with v1, v2, v4. Now how will you join v5 with the v3? Do you have any way without crossing their edge?
No, sir.
No. So that's why, like, if you join v5 anyway, like you are crossing somewhere. So anyway you join, you will cross the edge. So like not possible to draw without crossing edge. Okay, not possible to join v5 v3. Okay, without crossing edge. Similar case will happen in other cases also. If you want, we can try for now. So if you do this in proof, you can write all this. Okay, again suppose v5 I take here, similar situation will arise. Okay, r11 it was r12, so don't care about reasons. Okay, main thing is how will we join? So v5 you can join with v1, join with v2, join with this v, like v1, v3 and v4, v1, v2, v3. Okay, and this is v5. So again the problem is how will you join v2 with v5? You have to cross. Okay, any way you take, you have to cross here. So v2 and v5 cannot be joined without crossing. Okay, so what argument we have to write? So here I will write the argument that wherever v5 is placed, so wherever means you place in r11, r12, r13 or v2, wherever v5 is placed, it is impossible, है ना? This is impossible to join each other. Okay, join each other means v5 to all the v4, v1, v2, v3, v4, or you can join with other vertices. Join, it is impossible to join with other vertices. Okay, other vertices without crossing. So without crossing it. So are you convinced? Okay,
Yes.
similarly like here we have started v4, I started in v1, sorry r1 first reason. V4 we started in r1, we can take v4 in r2 also. So like case 2 if you want to make, you can take v4 in r2, still no problem will be there. Okay, so this was r1 reason, v1, v2, v3, and all region outside this triangle is r2. Okay, so anywhere you can place v4. So you join this and you join this. Okay, so you are not crossing the edge till now, but v5 you have to decide again. So like this region will convert into r21, r22, let's say r2 is one region only, and outside one will be our r23. Okay, r23. So r2 divided into three more regions. Now again the problem is again v5, where you want to place the v5. So wherever you decide, like anywhere you take. Okay, So the same problem will arise. Suppose you take here. So any cases you do, so you can decide, okay, now problem is how will you decide this V5 to this V4? There is no way, you have to cross, okay, or anywhere you take. So that's why we conclude actually, so similar way you can write, similar way you can write other cases. Hence we conclude K5 cannot be drawn, K5 cannot be drawn without crossing edge. Okay. Similar proof can be written for K33. Okay. So, but in exams, if they ask you, so how will you write the proof? So the next part is now for K33. Okay. The second part of this theorem was, first part was for K5 and second part was K33. Okay. So first we were doing this for K5. Okay. Yeah. So we started with K5. Now come for K33. So K33 has 6 vertices, okay? And so you can start with 4. So you can start with 4 vertices. So let's start with 4 vertices of K33, okay? Without crossing edge. So let me draw first. So 4 vertex you take like this, no problem. Okay, so you might be confused how I'm doing. So see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So let me call it V1, V2, V3, V4, V5, V6. So I will label them so that we can relate. So you know V1, V2, V3 each will be joined with V4, V5, V5. So you can join here, or you think like this. Okay. Like this, okay. So but this is the crossing edge, so I'm improving this one. So V1. So look, how will you write? You just interchange V1, V5. So V5 you write here, okay. There is edge between V1. I'm just writing this thing in other way, okay. So V1, V5 are joined, and V2, V4 are joined, okay. So you join this one and this one now. So V1, V5 and V2, V4. So you V2, there is a no. So we have to write V2 here, V2 and V4. Now check, I'm writing same. So V1, V4, V1 is joined to V4 and V5, yes. And V2 is joined with V5 and V4. V2 is V4, V5, okay. Yeah. So this part I took, this 4 vertex I took. Now I have to place next 2 vertex, okay. Oh, we have fast time. So I think I will continue this part in next class. Okay. So K33 will prove this in next class, because we have took 6 more minutes. Yeah. So anyone has any
Okay,
doubt?
sir.
Yeah. No doubts. Okay. Thank you, and
No,
we'll
sir.
see you next class.
Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.